And when you talk about being prepared for any situation, I'm going off script a little bit. This is
Talk
just
to me.
the mindset of D Block, man. It's
Talk to me.
it's always being ready for the next opportunity. And we're going to touch back on this a little bit. But is that kind of the same mindset that you guys had in that '08 championship run?
Man, hell yeah. Like I honestly, I got to give a huge shout out to D Man. That D Man was amazing for us. If he wasn't, honestly, if I don't think if he wasn't with us, especially the bigs, I think that story would have been written differently. It's just because D Man, he had a ring, he knew what it take to get there,
Yeah.
and he definitely had the mindset. Man, he was constantly talking to me, bro. I used to just look at him like, man, be quiet, like and he's just like, trust me, D. Like he's always say that, trust me, D. Like trust me. Next thing you know, whatever he said, it happened. You walk to the bench, he's sitting back with his legs crossed and he's just laughing. He's like, I told you. Man, he definitely helped me progress, man, in my career, bro. And I just want to give him a huge shout out, man.
Yeah, yeah, and D Man's been great not only for bigs like you, Sasha Khan. Obviously, having such a great asset to be able to learn from. That was big, and you mentioned it, man. He had been there, done that, championship player. Not only was he a champion, he was a champion at the NBA level as well too. So to be able to get that knowledge from Denny was crucial, man. And you definitely gave D Man a great shout out. So let's kind of dive into this year's team a little bit.
Okay.
They're in a bit of a funk right now. Obviously, losing this is their first 3-game losing streak since 2012-2013 season. What do you think this team needs to do to get back on track?
I would definitely say paying attention to detail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that plays a big role into going into the game. Like Coach Self didn't play that with us. Like it's not like how this young generation is, they doing all the dancing and the handshake. With us, Coach Self wasn't playing that, man. It was like, your ass is gonna pay attention or you're not gonna play. Yeah. So I truly, paying attention to detail, KYP, know your personnel, mental mistakes. It's like, but guys are young, time changes, the game changes, and definitely I feel like they can definitely fix a little bit, adjust. They can adjust on the offensive end and the defensive end. I understand sometimes Coach Self goes small ball in the offense that he runs. I really don't like it, but because all teams are going to do is switch.
Yeah.
And it's hard for David to get the ball, and when he gets the ball, he's getting trapped. Like it's just but it's the game. It happens. But now you just gotta go back into film.
All right, so let's talk about that, D Block. Let's talk about that because, hey, obviously we got a big time great, a KU who was a post player, big forward, and a guard. I'm a guard, so
right.
Obviously, I look at the small ball. I'm like, shoot, I wish we would have been doing that when we were playing. You look at it like from a standpoint, obviously, from playing with great bigs and even being coached by great bigs, that you feel that the Jayhawks definitely need strong. But do you feel, actually, I'm asking the question format, do you feel the Jayhawks need to have solid bigs down below in order to make a deep run into the NCAA tournament?
Definitely. Like, look what we did.
Yeah.
Like, we were so loaded. Me, Darrell, Sasha. And I always think about this. Just imagine if Julian would have stayed.
Yeah. Yeah.
We would have had 2 rings.
Yeah.
That's my mindset. So, just having that high-low presence.
Yeah.
That you got 2 bigs on the court at all times, because that changes the game.
Yeah.
Now you just having 1 big and you playing 1 in, 4 out. That's kind of, these young kids are more athletic, more faster. They jump higher. If I was a coach, I would just, like I said, I'll just switch everything. Yeah. If David catches it in the post, trap him.
Yeah. Hey, and I'll be honest with you. D Block. If you're a smart guard, if you're a dumb guard, you just want to just be able to, play small ball, shoot threes, not get the bigs involved, not relying on having an inside presence. But I feel like if you're a smart guard, you want to have an inside presence, because if you have a post that can score on the block, get you buckets, that's going to have, once you throw it in there, that's going to make that defense collapse, which is going to allow those guards to get wide open looks when they kick out. So
it opens the game. It opens the floor.
Yeah.
It definitely opens the floor for other guys, you know, to be successful. But like, we have great shooters. We have great shooters, man. And you see it. Like, some games are on, some games are off. You know, like I said, it's part of the game. But like you said, just having that presence in the paint, man, it changes the whole flow of the game.
Yeah. And, you know, and kind of talking back to David and Mitch, you know, they both work so hard. You know, you can't take that away from either one of them.
Right,
you know, David, struggled a little bit finishing around the rim lately, and Mitch, you know, hasn't got the minutes that he probably needed to make a big impact. So how can their games improve to help KU reach probably their ultimate goals, you know, down the line?
Stay in the gym.
Yeah.
Stay in the gym, put in that extra work. Like, I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
Like, especially like the stuff that they have now, the facilities, and they can go to the gym anytime they want. Like,
they can walk out there and do that D block.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I would have took advantage of that? Like, I hope they understand, like, man, they're in the greatest situation in the world at being at Kansas and being part of that history, that tradition. Like, take advantage of it, man. Don't go back to your room and you got a gym right there, and you could just walk out your apartment and walk inside the gym and get up 1,000 shots. You know, like me, just being with these guys that I'm working with now, like, I'm seeing these guys put up thousands of shots. I'm like, damn, I wasn't doing that in my career. These guys are literally shooting the skin off their fingers. So if you have the opportunity to work, go work, get better, watch film, you know, study your opponent. You know, don't just like look at it like, oh, we're going to go beat this team because we're Kansas. We have the biggest target on our back in the Big 12. Everybody wants to beat Kansas.
Yep.
You can't take advantage of that, you know?
Yeah. Hey, Biggs, David, Mitch, Trisha, if you listen to this, man, you getting some good stuff right now from somebody who's been there, done it. National championships don't come too easy.